Ladies, mommies, this week, the title of the blog, Two Wasn't As Bad. Age 3, I may need bail money. Y'all, this has not been a joke by far. I feel like this is the hardest for me this year for sure as a parent. Poppy, my 3 year old, has not been the easiest to parent the last few months. People talk about two, but the only things that almost took me out was potty training and him wanting to sneak out of his room at night, which I remedied with a safety lock once I conjured up the courage to actually buy one. You can read all about it in my other blog post entitled, My Toddler Left Me No Choice. The other, which was more so my fault because I underestimated his level of intelligence, was when we went through this 30-day period of me thinking he may be somewhat behind the learning curve because of how he would respond to me. But then I found out it was toddler game 101. When they don't want to do what you're asking them to do, shout out to my sister-in-law for helping me and telling me my kid was playing me the whole time. Then she told me the mind games he was playing with me at 2 were the games her genius daughter was just starting to play at almost 4. Other than that, everything else was pretty cool and manageable during age 2. However, the closer he got to turning 3, I started questioning my whole entire life. I mean, it's like I think I am the one losing it some days, or that maybe my intelligence level is being challenged. Am I getting slower or losing it? Is he really my child or no? Is this permanent? Will he be normal again? Whose child is this? I was nothing like this when I was a child. Where did he come from? Did I really sign up for this? Not once, but twice. And why? Yo, I have quit parenting by Friday at 5 p.m. so many times. It's not even funny. I have taken the weekend off so many times. I've even had crazy thoughts of putting him out some days. And this is before lunch, okay? That's how bad it's been sometimes. Judge me not. You will not judge me. On the bright side, I still feed him 3 times a day with snacks in between. I mean, I even still give him treats. So I'm being nice to him. I'm just saying. Okay, but in all seriousness, this is what it's been like. Follow me, okay? Number 1, when he turned 2, he was putting on his own clothes and shoes. He would put them on and be laying in the bed with his shoes on, which would crack us up because they were always on the right feet. Fast forward to the last 2 months, as of last week, he doesn't know how. Like, he doesn't know how to put on his clothes anymore. Like, I'm not joking. Takes him 15 to 20 minutes to put his shirt on, 10 minutes to put on his pants. I give up and put the shoes on because I'm so tired of fussing to him to put them on the right feet. I just put them on myself. Oh, and this is the kicker. He puts everything on backwards. Never has he ever put his clothes and shoes on wrong in 2018 until he turned 3 in August. I used to hand him his clothes and tell him to get dressed. Meanwhile, I can dress the baby. We realized last week that he's been doing this on purpose because he doesn't want to do it at all. This is every day. Once he gets threatened or punished, then, shockingly, he gets dressed in 5 minutes. Well, look at that. You actually haven't forgotten after all. Trickery of toddlers. Number 2, he sneaks and eats snacks all day, and I find wrappers all over the place without me ever seeing him. How is it that they have these ninja skills so early? Number 3, when disciplining him, he has mastered acting slow. He will act like he's slow until you threaten him with a spanking or actually give him one. Afterwards, he operates at a high level of genius. All this is him trying you all the way to the end to see what he can get away with, and it drives me up a wall. So, as stated previously, number 4, he has a master's in acting, and he's working on his doctorate degree in stubbornness. I signed him up for this homeschooling class that meets once a week. He makes her repeat herself at least 3 times before he does anything. He ignores her when she's one on one with him. He holds in all enthusiasm. He will not smile. He literally acts like he doesn't know anything on purpose. I'm watching this poor lady on the screen go through flashcards with him, and he was just being so lazy and unresponsive, twirling his fingers and looking away. And right when she's about to give up, voila, he starts calling out everything correctly. Bless her. Bless all the good teachers out there fighting day in and day out with these kids. Number 5. Okay, so he's been potty trained twice, unfortunately. If you've been following me on Facebook, you would know. So for someone who hated the pot, has cleverly, I'm saying this wrong, has cleverly used it as a means to stay out of bed. If he gets up to pee any hour of the night, he will just sit, y'all, on the pot for however many hours he can. He started doing this crap when he realized that when he poops, we always say, don't get off until we wipe you, okay? Well, the last couple months, if he is in his room for a nap or bedtime, he will just sit there because he knows if he's sitting there too long, that we will assume he pooped and not fuss, of course. So this is his new game to stay up in his room when he's supposed to be asleep. And how I know he's on the pot for hours, because I have let him sit there because I wanted to see just how long he was willing to stay in the game in order to stay out of going to sleep, okay? Children are relentless. Do not underestimate your child. The other thing he started doing a lot this year is the constant whining about everything. So this is the skit. This is how it goes. Me. Poppy, come here and let me put your shoe on real quick so we can go. Poppy. Boo-hoo tears. Me. I didn't do anything. Oh my God, I don't get what just happened. Also me. I quit. Throws keys back in purse. Because at this point, I'm done. Just forget it. We're not leaving the house. I don't even care anymore. We don't have to eat. We don't need groceries. Nobody needs to eat. I'm done. I cannot take it another day. Lastly, number 7. I'm so freaking over him and his private parts. I do not know what to do. So no one tells you when you have a boy that they become rudely obsessed with all things uncouth. I've always called it PETA, which is short for penis, because I can't stand the term. So, of course, this is his favorite word, all of a sudden, the last 3 months. He literally walks around the house yelling, PETA, PETA. And even in the grocery stores, I'm not kidding, it tears my nerves up to shreds. So if he passes gas, no matter where we are or where I am, specifically me, he finds me to tell me, I pooed it, and he falls out laughing. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting there looking at him like, I don't care. He even finds that funny, me telling him I don't care. He will tilt his cheeks and push as hard as he can in his plastic chair when we are eating at the table, just so it can make the loudest sound possible for me to hear. During bath time, he has started doing what I call, silently of course, because I'm not saying it out loud to him, but I've called it the PETA dance. It's when he's naked and he shakes his body from side to side so it moves. When I say I almost passed out last week when he did that to me, of course, husbands are no help, because while I'm trying to keep it together, he's shivering, trying to hold his laugh in because he knows Poppy will never stop doing this and will torture me for the rest of his toddler life if he sees him laugh. So he walked out and fell out on the floor crying, laughing instead. No help whatsoever. When I say he's been coming for everything I got left inside of me the last few months, I mean it. A lot of it we realize too is because of the baby. He sees how the baby can get away with stuff, so he wants to try it. This is where it gets fuzzy because it's like, how do you find the balance between disciplining him while disciplining the baby, but the baby can get away with more? And so the toddler digresses and tries to act like the baby. Drives me up a wall. Hopefully, this stage will be ending soon, but this is what I've been going through with age 3. Hopefully, your 3 is totally different. But in the meantime, enjoy your week. Have an amazing week. And remember, you're already absolutely amazing. Bye, ladies.